Have you ever had that moment where you're standing in your living room, looking around at the place you've spent years, sometimes decades, building, and you suddenly feel a wave of uncertainty wash over you? Not because the home has changed, but because the world outside has. Prices climb, rents climb, taxes climb, and for millions of older Californians, the math doesn't add up anymore. The fear isn't dramatic. It's quiet. It sits in your chest each time the mail arrives or the landlord raises the rent or the property bill spikes again. You wonder how long you can hold on, how long before something small becomes something life-changing. But here's the part most people never hear. For the first time in years, the system has shifted, finally, in your favor. California has introduced 10 major housing laws for seniors ahead of 2026, and these changes could be the difference between being pushed out or staying secure, between drowning in costs or finally breathing again. And by the time you get to law number 4 in this list, you might genuinely find yourself thinking, how did nobody tell me this sooner? Let's begin with the law affecting the largest number of seniors, the one tied directly to the fear most people don't talk about, losing your home because taxes climbed faster than your income ever could. But this time, something big changed. Law 1, the Senior Property Tax Transfer Expansion, 55 plus tax base protection. Imagine living in your home for 30 or 40 years, only to reach your later years and feel trapped by the very place you love. You want to move, maybe to be closer to family, maybe because the stairs are harder now, maybe because you simply need something smaller, but the second you move, your taxes reset to today's market value. For many seniors, that single moment is enough to freeze every decision. That's why California expanded the 55 plus tax base transfer. You can now carry your old lower tax base to a new home anywhere in the state, even if the new home costs more. You aren't punished for downsizing or relocating for health. You aren't stuck in a house that's too big, too expensive, or too difficult to maintain. This law restores something seniors rarely get from the system: freedom. The freedom to move without financial punishment. The freedom to choose a safer place. The freedom to age where your health, family, or safety needs require you to be. But none of this happens automatically. Seniors must file the paperwork, meet the deadlines, and make the transfer official before the tax year ends. Every year, thousands qualify but never apply, simply because no one told them. And this year, the stakes are even higher as reassessments rise with the market. For many older homeowners, this one law alone can save thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, over the next decade. Law 2, the Property Tax Postponement Expansion, real relief for fixed incomes. Now let's shift to a law that sounds simple but hits deeply for seniors who feel house rich but cash poor. The Property Tax Postponement, PTP, expansion gives eligible homeowners aged 62 or older the ability to delay their property taxes for the year. And yes, this means exactly what it sounds like: the tax bill gets postponed. Not erased, not forgiven, but delayed so seniors living on Social Security or small pensions can have breathing room. For someone whose income doesn't move as fast as their expenses, this can be life-changing. Think about the older Californian who receives their property tax bill each year with a pit in their stomach, wondering which expense they'll have to cut to pay it. The PTP program steps in and says, you don't have to choose. The deferred taxes do become a lien and eventually must be repaid, but the relief now can keep someone housed, stable, and safe. The biggest problem? Most seniors don't know the program exists. And even fewer know they must apply every single year before the deadline. It's the kind of program that helps only the people who hear about it in time. With rising costs hitting older residents harder than any other age group, this law has become one of the most quietly powerful tools California has given seniors in years. Law 3, the Senior Safety and Home Repair Grant Expansion, repairs you don't pay for. Now let's talk about something every senior homeowner eventually feels: the slow shift from this home needs a repair to this home is becoming unsafe. A loose step. A bathroom floor that gets too slippery. A roof that leaks during the first rain of the season. A heater that sounds more worrying than warm. These aren't small concerns, they're hazards that can end a senior's independence overnight. That's why California expanded the Senior Safety and Home Repair Grant Program. For qualifying seniors, essential repairs, from plumbing and electrical fixes to roof repairs, grab bars, ramps, and non-slip flooring, can now be covered through grants, not loans. That means no repayment. No debt. No out-of-pocket burden. These grants protect not only safety but dignity. A senior shouldn't have to choose between buying medication or repairing a failing roof. They shouldn't have to risk falling because they can't afford to install grab bars. But here's the catch: grant programs run out of funding every year. The earlier you apply, the higher your chances. And every year, seniors miss out simply because they apply too late. The law exists to keep older adults safe, housed, and protected, but the benefit only reaches those who know it's there and act quickly. Law 4, ADU expansion and the new ability to sell ADUs separately. Now we move into one of the most transformational changes, one that completely reshapes what a backyard can mean for a senior. Accessory dwelling units, ADUs, have already become a vital tool in California's housing crisis, but the newest updates give seniors something they've never had before: the ability, under certain local approvals, to sell an ADU as its own unit. This is a dramatic shift. Suddenly, a backyard isn't just unused space, it's potential. Potential income if the ADU is rented. Potential flexibility if the senior wants to downsize into the ADU while renting the main home. Potential family housing if an adult child or caregiver needs to live close by. Potential equity if selling the ADU provides a financial buffer. This law gives seniors options instead of limits. It gives them the ability to age in place, earn income, or restructure their living arrangement without leaving their community. Of course, there are boundaries, local zoning rules vary, not all lots qualify, and construction costs must be considered. But the fact that the door is open at all is revolutionary. For the first time, California is telling seniors, your home can work for you, not against you. And in a state where so many older adults feel squeezed by rising costs, this law turns backyards into lifelines. Law 5, stronger anti-eviction protections for seniors, real barriers against unjust removal. Next, let's talk about renters. Seniors renting in California live with a fear that is hard to describe but easy to understand: the fear of coming home and finding a notice taped to the door. A notice that says their life is about to be uprooted because of something they didn't do wrong. No-fault evictions have been abused in California for years, landlords claiming they needed the unit for family members who never moved in, or claiming renovations that turned out to be nothing more than new paint or minor cosmetic upgrades. The updated anti-eviction laws for seniors put a stop to this. Under the new rules, no-fault evictions require real proof. Landlords must show actual renovation plans or actual occupancy by the family member they claim needs the unit. Notices must be longer. Requirements must be stricter. Seniors must be treated fairly. This shift doesn't just protect older renters financially. It protects their emotional stability. Moving at 70 is nothing like moving at 30. It's harder physically, financially, and mentally. And for a senior relying on familiar routines, nearby doctors, and supportive neighbors, a forced relocation can be devastating. This law finally acknowledges that reality and creates real, enforceable protections. Law 6, mandatory appliance requirements for rentals. No more empty kitchens. One of the most overlooked housing problems for seniors has always been the lack of essential appliances in rentals. For decades, California allowed landlords to rent apartments with no refrigerator or stove, treating these basic necessities as optional. For a young renter, that's frustrating. For an older renter living on Social Security, that's financially crushing. California's new mandatory appliance law changes that. Starting in 2026, landlords must provide and maintain essential kitchen appliances. That means seniors walking into a new rental don't have to worry about buying a refrigerator, lifting a heavy stove, or installing equipment they can't safely move or afford. This law protects seniors from unexpected costs and ensures basic living conditions are met. It's one more piece of stability in a system that often overlooks the needs of older renters. Law 7, SECA streamlining for senior and affordable housing, faster building, shorter waitlists. Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture, the fact that many seniors aren't just trying to stay in their homes. They're trying to find new, affordable places to live, and they're stuck waiting on lists that stretch for years. The California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, has historically slowed housing development through long review processes and lawsuits that can stall projects indefinitely. The new SECA streamlining laws cut through that delay, allowing senior and affordable housing to be approved faster. This means more supply, more units, more options, faster openings. Seniors who have been stuck on waitlists for years might finally have homes available sooner, and the state can get desperately needed age-friendly housing built without endless legal hurdles. Law 8, Builders Remedy Enforcement. Cities can't delay housing anymore. For years, many California cities avoided building affordable or senior housing simply by failing to produce compliant housing plans. That loophole is gone. Builder's remedy is now fully enforceable, and it means this: if a city fails to create a legal housing plan, developers can bypass local restrictions and build anyway, as long as the project includes affordable or senior units. This law forces cities to stop delaying and start building, whether they like it or not. It directly benefits seniors who have been priced out of their communities because local governments wouldn't approve new housing. Now, the state has taken the wheel. Law 9, Senior Rent Relief Expansion, direct help for rising costs. Seniors renting in California have been hit hardest by rising rents. Even a small increase can break a fixed income budget. That's why cities across California have expanded rent relief specifically for seniors, offering direct rental assistance, emergency grants, utility support, and eviction prevention funds. These programs serve one purpose: keep seniors housed. They prevent sudden displacement, help cover unexpected increases, and provide a safety net at the exact moment older renters need it most. Law 10, Parcel Tax Exemptions for Low-Income Seniors, saving hundreds each year. Parcel taxes are small individually but heavy collectively. They can add $200, $300, or more each year to a property bill, and for seniors watching every dollar, that amount isn't small. The expanded parcel tax exemptions allow qualifying low-income seniors to remove these charges entirely. It's immediate relief. It's practical. And it prevents older homeowners from falling behind on taxes simply because the bill crept up quietly. When you put all 10 laws together, from tax relief to rental protections to safety grants to housing expansion, one message becomes clear: California is finally beginning to protect the people who kept this state running for decades. These aren't small tweaks. These are lifelines. And if even one of these laws can help you stay in your home, lower your bills, or breathe easier, then you deserve to know about it and use it. So before you go, do one thing for yourself. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update that could help you, your parents, or someone you care about. You've spent a lifetime building your home, your community, and your stability. Now let's make sure you keep it.